So today I'd like to tell you about my first experience of doing Vipassana, 10 days silence meditation retreat. I went to Plant City, Tricycle Meditation Center, which is in Florida, 4.5 hours drive from me, where I live. I live in Plantation, Florida. So everywhere I go, I am surrounded by trees. My city is called City of Trees, and there it was inside the forest, and it was beautiful setup. I totally love nature. I love forest. Before I used to live in desert. I was miserable and unhappy. I always needed ocean. I always needed tree. When I first moved to US, I was in Las Vegas, and when I moved to Florida, I was happy live near Atlantic Ocean and surrounded by trees and parks and greens. So all my life, I've been looking for the answers. What is the purpose of my existence? What is it all about? Why am I here on earth? What is it all for? Where is the happiness? I was looking for the happiness and the answers in the psychology, in understanding how our brain works. I studied everything, neuro-linguistic, neurobiology, energy, meridians, and then 6 years later I came to meditation. I had my first meditation teacher from Bali, and I've been practicing regularly for over 2.5 years, almost 3 years, will be in February. And I was thinking that I was practicing mindfulness, but I was practicing concentration meditation, which is calmness meditation also, focusing on one object, which is your natural breath and movement of abdominal. When you sit like that for an hour, you experience tremendous fountain, firework of happiness from inside, and kind of bliss. You could see like a light with the closed eyes. You could experience perfect stillness, almost like no thoughts, like almost, right? Just like tranquility and bliss. And when I was going for retreat, my intention was I was craving that feeling, that inner happiness, that energy, that cultivation of calmness and tranquility. And also one of the intention was come back to my regular practice and gain more energy, more discipline in the practice and in the real life, and find some answers within myself. What is my predestination? What shall I do? But most of these intentions didn't happen. So this retreat didn't meet my expectations. At first, it was some point when it was very difficult and challenging, even for me. Even I, which I call myself, my nickname, Your Meditation Teacher on Instagram. You can look me up. I lead classes online and offline, private and group lessons for events, for a group of people, or personal private session meditation for people. I do coaching 2 months program, and I have my every week class at the yoga studio, meditation and sound healing class. If you're in Miami, check it out. I did so many private sessions. I was meditating regularly, and still yet it was challenging for me. I was 100% ready for this experience. I didn't know quite what to expect, but when I came, I was super eager to learn. I wanted to try. I was excited to be there. I liked everything. The first, second date, I was head over heels into mindfulness, into this experience, into this idea. You know, like this new zeal. When you start something to learn, you like go up with your motivation and desire to learn. The second day was still good. The third day, when you meditate for 10 hours, I had some emotions coming up. not only positive anymore, but also mostly negative. I was meeting my evil side. It's very hard to accept the truth about us, that we can be also angry, irritated, arrogant, I don't know, easily irritated, experience all these negative emotions, and you kind of like reflect of all your life situation when you was acting upon them, acting out of greed, anger, delusion, and hurting other people and hurting yourself, and you start to hurt from inside. I started crying from regret, from shame, from guilt, and I didn't know what to do. You're not allowed to speak, you don't have devices, phones, you cannot distract yourself by scrolling, by looking, turning on TV, looking at the movie, by talking to a friend. There is no way to run from your emotions. You just have to meet them and be aware, and don't even try to suppress them, just observe them. So second and third, I still didn't know the technique how to manage my emotion and what to do with them. I was starting to suffer. Fifth day, I was tired from this ego, from this sufferness, and I asked my teacher how to let go, of this sense of self, of this attachment, because in Buddhism, attachment to anything or craving or clinging of having something or not having something causes suffering. I knew that, but I didn't know how to work. And teacher just said, keep observing, keep practicing, and try to separate yourself from that, and be observer and see three marks of the existence, that every natural phenomena is impermanent, will not last forever. This body, this beauty, this youth, this moment, this sunset, this earth, this sun will not last forever. Your relationship, your house, your car, your body will go back to nature. Everything that rises, everything that comes, sooner or later will go, disappear. Even your emotions, even you're feeling sad or feeling happy. The first mark of existence, once you feel the emotion or pain in your body, or even like comfort and rapid joyful feeling in your body, you observe it for some time, and then you notice that it disappears by itself, out of your control. So second mark of existence is no self. You kind of cannot control what are you thinking about, what you experience in your body. Your body does function by itself. When you get sickness, you have to suffer. When you have unwholesome thoughts, you have to suffer. And the third mark of existence is suffering. Everything in this world. Since the moment we born, nobody get born smiling. Everybody's crying. The life is full of sufferness, sooner or later, in one degree or another. First, going to kindergarten, not seeing your mom, sufferness. First days in school, suffering. First exam, suffering. First love, suffering. Getting into university, passing exam, suffering. Finding new love, first breakup, suffering. Finding job and doing your job, suffering sometimes for some people. Getting old. Yeah, this body is meant to decay and get old, and nobody die like without the pain and suffering. Everybody will get sick at some point, will end up at hospital. You never know, maybe you will get into the accident and you'll have to suffer for long in the wheelchair, right? So meditation prepares you to have a quiet, clear, peaceful mind, even in the moment of stress, of suffering, and in pain. So it was hard for me to understand how come everything is sufferness, how come this body is not mine, this mind is not mine, and how about happiness? But you don't have to even cling for the happiness, because when the happiness goes and you miss it, you will suffer as well. On the sixth day, I was protesting. This couldn't sink in my head how to train my mind to look at life, at myself, through these three marks of existence. and I was boycotting, I was rebellious, I was bombarded with doubts in the Buddhism, in the mindfulness. I started to hate mindfulness. What is mindfulness? Mindfulness is to be aware of every physical phenomena that it happens in the present moment, in this real moment, what happens to your mind, what kind of thoughts, emotions, feeling, and your body. I noticed when I was training concentration meditation, I was suppressing all my sense organs, like 6 sense doors. For example, eyes, I would be closing my eyes. Ears, I would not focus like on this traffic or airplane or birds, right? Or somebody talking. I was like so absorbed with my breathing. Smell, yeah, that you suppress even smells. Taste, you don't think like what's the flavor in your mouth. Touch, every tactile sensations, and feelings and emotions, thoughts in your mind. You become concentrated only on one object, and by this your mind becomes quiet, tranquil, and feels good, because all of this doesn't irritate him anymore, doesn't bother. But the problem with this kind of mind, when you go to the real world and it's pretty much chaotic, the dog, like this, you see, you are full of distractions and you don't like it. You want to go back to your quietness. You want to go back to your corner in the room and meditate and don't care about all negative emotions. And I noticed that with that, even during retreat, it's a noble silence. But when somebody tries to talk to me, like the staff, the volunteers could talk in order to help us, and it would irritate me because I would have to break my precept, noble silence. And I realized that I have to give it a try. I have to give mindfulness a try, because the calmness meditation that I was practicing didn't work for me in the real world. Once you train mindfulness, you can be even getting irritated, even realize that, but it will be shorter, and you will come back to the base, to your home, to the present moment more often, and it will subside itself, and you will not have to act. You will choose not to act upon, for example, anger, upon this negative emotion, like judgment. You will not tell people something with your language, with the harsh speech, or with your body, or even with your energy. Yes, you will not act on it, and you will not hurt others, and you will not hurt yourself in the future, because if you're a good person, you will kind of regret it and feel shame, guilt. And what I did inside meditation is for purifying the mind from all defilements by itself, by being aware. Because when you're so aware, it hurts. When you cause somebody suffering, it causes you even more. For me, it's like your brain become like white t-shirt, and every single dark spot, you see it there, and you focus on it and you feel it until it's purified itself, and you don't want to act anymore bad or be a bad person. So that's what I really like about Buddhism. Not only mindfulness, but also morality. We talked a lot about morality. So it's Dhamma talk, which is lecture every day, 1-2 hours. And I kind of decided to give it a try. So on the 7th day, I released all my expectations, how this experience should be, all what my friend told me. She, like my friend Masha, who recommended me this place, shout out, thanks to her, I discovered it. She said that she sat on the 8th day 4 hours in the meditation and experienced the bliss. And I was like, when is it coming, this bliss, and that I can be able to sit for 4 hours? I let go of all of that, how the Vipassana should be, how my experience personal should be, and I just decided to give it a try. Since I'm here, I'm not quitting, I'm not leaving, and I actually cannot leave because I didn't have the car. My boyfriend dropped me and left, and I didn't even have a phone, and I didn't want to bother him to come pick me up and give up. I decided, since I'm here, let release all the expectations, pressure, and be open-minded and apply the technique, the knowledge, what Buddhism teaches, and see how it works for me. So I was very lucky because the retreat that I went, mindfulness, is based on the very first traditional book, Tritipaka, I might say it wrong, of Buddhism, what Buddha taught, his teaching, his way, Eightfold Path. Nothing changed from the base. I like to learn from the base. I was practicing, and on the 7th day it was more calm. On the 8th I had a glimpse, I had a short glimpse of what does it mean no self, no ego. What does it mean this body doesn't belong to me, this mind doesn't belong to me. It sounds crazy, but you have to experience it. It's like you sit from 8 to 10 hours in the meditation, observing your thoughts and feelings. And I hear something and I dislike it, and dislike arising, lasting, and go away. I feel discomfort, I feel pain, and I notice that it arises, lasts, and next moment I think about something else. I think about past, is good or bad, I like or dislike. So every feeling, comfort, discomfort, mind happy, unhappy, every single moment something happens. Next moment, now there is airplane. It will last for a couple of seconds and then it will disappear, and the reason for my sufferings will disappear, and I cannot control, like I cannot tell it not to fly. Buddhism believes that everything that we experience through the 6 sense doors, our eyes, nose, tongue, ears, body and mind, is kind of result of your karma, even of your past life, where you was born, with which appearance. What do you see, beautiful views or not? What do you hear? With your partner, with who you live, relationship that you have, family that you have, knowledge that you're lucky to consume and learn. It's all the result of your good deeds or bad deeds. So whatever happens in the present moment, inside your mind or inside your reality, this matrix, this picture, even this, I deserve it somehow, this beauty and this face. Like the main lady there, she said, oh, you have so beautiful face, means you was doing a lot of good deeds and reach high level of consciousness in past life to be born like this. And I really believe in that, because I was so lucky all my life. And even during my meditation course, the first time, my certification, I was the only one 25. Everybody was like 30 plus. On this retreat I was 27. Nobody was ever there younger than me. So means I acquired already some level of wisdom and consciousness before to be so interested in this topic. I always wanted to see the truth. I was searching for the truth. I was searching for the noble, real answer to all the question of this existence, and Buddhism gave me that. And the truth is ugly. The truth is not beautiful. It's like Matrix movie, blue and red pill. Once you take the pill, the world is not as beautiful as before. You see, it's ugly. The truth is ugly. The truth that there is no sense of existence. If you're born here on earth, it's because you had accumulated bad karma and attachment, and you have to purify yourself, become a better person with better morality, and get free from all attachment to body and even mind and this world, to exit the samsara. Means to don't have rebirth, neither in this realm or higher or lower, like game over. I was also very resilient to that, because Buddhists, they don't believe in soul, they don't believe in God, they don't believe in energy, they kind of like believe in natural phenomena. Even this body, it comes from nature. Somebody comes from the womb, somebody from the egg, somebody from the slime, from the wet environment, and we have the body, like the bones is the earth element, air we breathe, earth element, air element, heat or cold that we feel is fire element, and the water that holds everything together, and liquids, fluids circulating in our body is water element. And when we die, it all goes back to the earth, to to the land and in the cycle recycle and become also earth, fire, water and air element for others. So despite all of that, on the 8th day I decided to believe it and experience, and I noticed that indeed clinging, craving, attaching to your emotions, to what your mind thinks, and it can think about anything, like there is a party here non-stop. It's an illusion that you can stop the thoughts, but you can be aware and don't get involved into thinking like 20 minutes about one thought and don't feel anything what happens in the present moment. Don't be aware even of your body. So my point is I start to be super aware of every single, almost single, every second, third, fifth, now and then thought, observing that they come and go, that the feelings in my body, suffering, comfort, discomfort, come and go, liking, disliking, come and go, and I really cannot control it much. It happens every single moment without me. So I observed that this body and mind doesn't really belong to me. Something like keeps on happening without even me being active. This might sound crazy, but this is the truth, that everything is no self, means you cannot control. Why we suffer? Because the world is not as we expect and we cannot control and change it. And we're trying to think that we can. We're trying to think if our partner does something we don't like, we can control them. We will tell him and he should change and behave not the same. But when somebody tells us that we need to change and criticize us and want us to act different, we don't like it. The same kids, it's our kids. We want them to be good humans. We try to control them, but remember us being kids. The same with the world. It's hard to control and it's hard to accept this truth. But once you accept that it will not last forever, that your emotions cultivated within you, they are brewing inside you. Sometimes even world or people has nothing to do with it. If you accumulated lots of anger before acting out of anger, for example, I feel anger and I will shout, I will create drama, I will create a scene, I will accumulate this reaction in my subconscious mind, and it will bring even more situation in the future to harvest the fruits of these actions. So more good deeds will cultivate more wholesome thoughts, more like negative, unwholesome actions, speech, reactions will lead you that you experience and attract even more situations, people, and six sense doors in your life to experience it again. I noticed that, and I became more neutral, like more equanimous to super negative emotion because they hurted me so bad, where I tried to control them. Still on the 7 days I tried to control and suppress them, and it didn't work. It only made it worse. On the day 8, when I had the first insight, the glimpse into the nature of the reality and the truth, I hope that's what it was. I realized that just let it be. If you want to get attached, you will suffer. You will dislike, you will experience discomfort, you will not change. Up to you. If you act on this, you will feel even worse now and in the future. So it also came with the happiness or with the good feelings. Whenever I feel calm, tranquil and enjoying my meditation, I also should be aware of it and don't try to hold it, don't try to cling for it, because once it go and I'm not anymore like calm and enjoying, I'm more restless, my mind is restless, active, I stop enjoying meditation. So I became more chill. My mind became more calm, more clear, more calm, and I noticed on the day 9, the situation, for example, I wake up wake up time is at 3, but I was always the last one to get up from the bed, like 3:20, 3:30. I would hear somebody in the dorm where I was sleeping, somebody would be speaking, and before it would be like annoying me, like why they have to speak at all, like it's forbidden, or like why they make this noise and bother me to wake up. And on the day 9th and 10 I would wake up, I would look at them, let it be. Like I really don't want to get involved, get reactive. I don't care. I became calm. Like before, if my emotion was like a swing, high intensity, high happy, in love with myself, with this world, and then the same miserable, the same like hating myself and this world and people around. Not people, like all people, but mostly myself. I became more like grounded, centered, and intellectual, mindful. This emotional freedom, it's too heavy for our nervous system. As a kids, we laugh super loud, super intense. Our emotions very exaggerated. When we cry, we make a scene, we like cannot breathe how hard we cry. When we laugh, the same. When we suffer, the same from pain. But as adults, we cannot generate as much energy anymore to deal with our emotions. It exhausts you, you become tired, you start to have headache. So you have to be more mature and conscious and aware and mindful, and you automatically start to seem more smart when you are not hysterical and acting upon your emotions super like a child, or super like a victim, miserable, suffering, angry, irritated. When you see somebody acts like this, you kind of like wants to stay away. If they cannot control themselves, you cannot control them. So I acquired even more at the end of the retreat what I didn't expect. I could say that it has exceeded my expectations, because I was never more aware, my mind was never calm like this and clear, and I taught myself how to get free from attachments, how to be more neutral and equanimous to all kinds of emotions. But it also applied to love, to happiness. I was just like simply okay, letting everything be, calm, not acting. I would still feel even more, but not acting. But I noticed that really my attachment decreased, my sense of love decreased. So it's path to enlightenment. You have to be very careful and ready for it, because you become not only more equanimous to negative emotions, to pain, but also to happiness. If you are not ready for it, first of all, you will not experience it. Second, don't go to Vipassana, because it is challenging. Let me tell you about 8 precepts that we took in the very beginning. Yes, the rules that we have to obey. First day, it was orientation in the evening, and they told us that we, during the next 10 days, should not kill even mosquito. We don't do this. And cockroach, fly, every single living being values and likes and love their lives like we do ours. So it's forbidden to kill any animal, insect, any living being. No killing, no stealing. Yes, even if you see somebody's belonging, somebody like drop the phone or wallet, maybe you can have like a thoughts to take it, but you should be mindful and don't do this. No stealing. Third rule, no sexual activity. For the 10 days, it's forbidden. Even like eye contact, kind of not allowed. Do not have like these cravings to talk or to feel something or to experience. Fourth, no gossiping, no lying, so thus no speaking at all. To not break this precept, noble silence, right? Also, it helps to calm down the mind, because when we talk, we can reflect. Did I say something wrong? I could have said different. When we are talking, it's hard to be mindful. We are like in the person, not in our body. So noble silence. But in this particular one that I've been inside, between the participants, we couldn't talk, but there was a staff, volunteers, and we had some volunteer tasks. For example, I was helping to do the laundry for the towels that you dry the dishes in the kitchen, folding them, putting back, washing them, drying them. And there was a second task extra for me, because there was this elder lady. She had to clean all the dining hall, all the tables after each meal, and swipe the floor, and sometimes like wash the floor. And she was like in her 70s. Of course, I would have like more free time, I would be helping her. Somebody had to wash the sinks, somebody would have to wash and dry dishes, somebody would have to wash the restrooms, showers, floor, dormitory. So it was volunteer task to help to keep this retreat clean, because it's non-profit, nobody gets salary, everything donation based. And it's also good for you to practice mindfulness in the real life when you go back to the real world. So it was the fourth rule, noble silence. The fifth rule was no jewelry, no cosmetics, no perfumes, no like beauty products to beautify yourself and like make others like you. No, like nothing fancy, simple. It was okay for me, very easy. I never liked perfume for some reason. Like smell, it always would like, I would get tired from it, or I'm very okay without makeup. It wasn't difficult. The sixth rule was no entertainment, no devices, mobile, iPad. It was taken on the first day before the first meditation. No listening to music, no dancing, no reading the literature that is outside of the meditation center, no books that you brought, only their books. And yeah, like basically no escape for entertainment. Your mind cannot escape from the thoughts process anywhere. Rule number 7, precept number 7, no eating after 12 in the noon, 12 p.m. So we would have breakfast at 7 a.m. and lunch at 11:30. 2 times we would have meal, that's it. After 12 p.m. no food allowed. I first gained a little bit weight because it was very delicious food. It was Thai food, like all volunteers were Thai and teacher was from Thailand. Thai food is amazing. I wanted to try everything. It was buffet, it was more than enough food, tea, all kind of tea, drinks. But then I lost weight. Like after 6, 7, 8 days when I was more conscious, I didn't have appetite. Like I thought I will be hungry, but I'm very comfortable to get rid of dinner. I don't like to eat very late and sleep, but usually I do with my boyfriend. He has the schedule, but I'm more hungry in the morning. But even because like when you meditate, you're like so high in a good way. At 7 I wasn't hungry, but I was like feeding myself because I know that I will eat later. At 12 I was also like even sometimes eating more than I would normally do to not feel like later hungry and give my body energy. And rule number 8, no sleeping or sitting on luxurious beds and seats and armchairs, because we would have to sleep on this 3-inch mattress. It was wooden floor. The small tiny mattress like this, so no comfort like for the body. We would sleep at 9, wake up at 3, 6 hours of sleep. It was not enough. The teacher said for the practitioners who meditate it might be enough, and I remember when I was before meditating for an hour, I would sleep for 3, 4, 5 hours, more than enough. I would have tons of energy. But here the night before I almost didn't sleep and I so regret it. So all the 10 days I was sleepy. So at 9, it's like a military routine schedule. Lights are off. Everybody quickly brush teeth, wash face, sometimes maybe somebody shower, 5 minutes, 10 minutes max. They would switch off the light, everybody sleep, no phones, no screens, no light to read a book. What do you have to do? Fall asleep. 3, they start to wake up, because at 4 we would have to meet for the first session until 7, 1 hour chanting, 1 hour walking, 1 hour sitting meditation, 7 breakfast, then volunteer task. You would get free at like 8, 10, 8:15 until 9. You have a break. I would like read a book and sleep maybe for 10-15 minutes by the end. Wake up, come at 9 for another session of 1 hour walking or sitting meditation, and then 1 hour it would be Dhamma talk, like lecture assignment. What do we do for today? It was perfectly explained, the theory. I'm so grateful for the teacher, John Willie. Oh my god, so recommended. He had this like whiteboard, but he would draw and explain. It was crystal clear, his instruction. He is an amazing teacher. It's very, very, very important to understand what you're doing, how you're doing, and what for. So we would have like him explaining, and also like during that you have to be mindful and kind of like practice and meditate too. Then 11:30 we would go for lunch break, eat, do volunteer task, and then until 1 p.m. So you finish food around 12:15 until 1. I would go like lay under the tree. I had my yoga mat, only me, I brought it, and read a book in like outside in the beautiful nature, recharge. Maybe sometimes I would go sleep, sometimes I would go shower. From 1 till 4, sorry, from 1:30 till 4, we would meet again for 1 hour walking, 1 hour Dhamma talk lecture, but you sit with open eyes and you meditate, and sometimes answering the questions, sometimes just meditating. You would listen to these like lectures that are really helpful on the YouTube with the closed or open eyes, and meditate. At 4 till from 4 till 6 p.m. is break time. I would do my task very quickly, volunteer task. I would read, would sleep, would rest in nature. 6 again we meet for the meditation. From 6 till 9 is another 3 hours, 1 hour chanting, 1 hour walking, 1 hour sitting meditation, and then sleep. You get tired. I felt tired all the time. I wish I had more time to sleep and rest and reflect and be with myself. I really comfortable, like when nobody talks, and like I write my journal, read my books. Thanks to this rule that nobody talks, I read 4 books, and they were so helpful for my deeper understanding of the mindfulness practice, because there were books by the speeches of my teacher's master, my teacher's teacher, Longpur Pramod. If I pronounce his name correctly, I still like practice listening to his videos on YouTube, English double Dhamma talk. And I have learned so much. It was too much information, not too much, but like just enough. Very intense, very overloaded. So be prepared that you have to come with an open mind, that you will learn a lot. If you never heard about this before, your mind will be like, whoa, I don't want to believe that. What is Buddhism? So mindfulness, it's a traditional Buddhist practice, and like we have prayer, they have meditation, different kind of meditation. Like even Buddhism itself is different. Like in Tibet, they have singing bowls, like I play, and gongs. Somebody see Buddha as like God and pray to him. In tradition, it's not. It's just a philosophy and practice that you can experience the effect and the benefits only through practicing. 5 precepts, like right thought, right speech, right livelihood, right action, right mindfulness, concentration. And it's really nice to become aware what kind of person you are. Get rid of your defilements. Defilements, for example, greed. Instead of greed, when you practice, you cultivate generosity. Anger, instead of anger, you cultivate loving kindness. And we would be doing like after each practice, loving kindness, a meditation, metta sutta, metta meditation, and a devotion of merit that you gained during the spiritual practice to your friends, family, loved ones, relatives, and beings in all realms and all living beings, wishing them to be happy and free of suffering and end this suffering in samsara. So you cultivate a lot of good morality, like right concentration, right mindfulness, right wisdom, right speech, right action, right morality, right livelihood. For example, you cannot sell drugs or alcohol and reach enlightenment and be mindful, because it will stop you from purifying your mind. Some people unlucky, they have to born in the very low income families and do crime for a living and kill, and their mind will never be calm. So it was a blessing for me to be able to come and practice these precepts and experience it myself. I, by the end of retreat, was thinking to come for the next one, which is in English one is in July, the end of June, beginning of July, but it's summer and it's forest and it's full of mosquitoes and you cannot kill them. I'm gonna think about it. But yeah, if I could, it's really nice to live in this world, and it sucks you in. All this chaos, all these problems. When I was back, I was super calm. Like, I forgot of my deleted tasks and responsibility, and once you have to deal with them, with the traffic, with this system, with this bureaucracy, with this renewal of health insurance, booking appointments, doing a lot of things, you have to be really mindful to remain calm and not lost and absorb in that. So meditation, it's like, I like this allegory metaphor that I read in one of the books of his teacher, of my master's teacher, that you have to sit on the river bank, at the chair close to the river, and if you get attached to the thought, to emotion, you start to think about something, it feels like you are drowning and you are in the water, cannot see where the current takes you, you flow and you are not aware of your surrounding. You like can bump into any stone, can fall, can hurt yourself, and like you are not aware. But awareness, on the contrary side, you're just sitting on the river bank and you in crystal clear water observes every object that comes with the neutral mind, neither judging, neither liking, disliking. Either it's ugly, either it's beautiful. You let it, you see it, you aware of it, and you don't like jump, you don't hold it, don't get attached, you let it pass, and it will pass by itself. And I just got this understanding. Before I had a picture of Solomon ring, it shall all pass, and it will pass, it also shall pass, something like this. It says that everything in this world will pass. The love, your attachment for your loved ones will pass, your attachment to your dream, sometimes you get the dream you desire and the happiness passes. So all my life I was looking for the truth and the happiness. I have the company here in US called Key to Happiness LLC, Key to, like number 2, happiness, and I was like giving people their personal key to happiness through the intentional therapy, mind, body, energy healing, and what they want. And Buddhism basically tells you, I cannot generalize, but from what I got, what I felt, that the truth is there is no permanent happiness. There is only permanent suffering in bigger or lesser, fewer degree. When we are like have more reasons to be stressed, we suffer more. When we are like have less things to worry and less pain and everything seems like alright, we naturally feel more happy. But mindfulness teaches you be neither attached to the happiness or to the suffering. Like for example, you might end up in the accident, God's sake no, tomorrow, and end up sitting the rest of your life in the wheelchair. Your body is paralyzed. You still like feel your body functioning, but you have to wait till somebody feed you, till somebody change the position, till somebody wash your body. Imagine like sitting on the 14 hours transatlantic plane flight, how you feel. Imagine suffering like this till the rest of the life. You never know. So the only thing you can rely is your mind and the quality of your mind. Yes, the focus, the concentration, the mindfulness, the wisdom can prepare you for any situation to remain calm, remain like okay, fine. I would not say happy, because only calmness, meditation, and concentration leads you to this inner release of happiness, and it's like recharging your battery of the mind. When you're in the deep absorption meditation in the first, second, and third, and fourth jhana state, who knows, it means that you have no more thoughts, no more feelings, just like all in the moment. Some people experience, as I said, emptiness or light, or somebody has tears, raptures, joy. You recharge, and you have to actually combine sometimes calmness, concentration meditation, sometimes mindfulness. Even during the retreat, we did concentration on the fourth day, before we started Vipassana on the fifth, and at the end to recharge for the real life. And in the morning you can practice mindfulness, and this is what I teach for beginners at my classes, offline in the studio, in yoga studio, at my classes online in the Zoom, and at my mentorship. This is how I started. Even teacher complimented so much. He could see the way I practice. He was meditating since 7 years old, and he developed this superpower to see like the mind, even the thoughts sometimes of other human. Yes, you can develop that with deep absorption meditation, regular practice. And he like could see somebody like anger, and he would see the color, or he could see like somebody practice, and he would like come and correct it later, tell. And he told me, Katerina, your concentration is too good, like so good, too good. It's like right here, and your mindfulness is here. You need to like balance, you need to add more mindfulness, and you will be fine. And that's what I was doing. Thanks to him, he pointed it out. I was training, cultivating my mindfulness. It helped me. I learned a lot. I zero regret that I went. It was difficult. I don't recommend it to go to everyone if you're not ready. If you expect miracles, magic, it doesn't happen there. Okay, because they don't believe in it. It happens on my meditation session. It happens on my private therapies or group lessons, a group sound healing session, or just meditation session, because I do mix. There is different kinds of meditation, okay? So concentration on one object, focus, it trains your concentration. You can apply it in the real life when you need to work, or when you're like in the moment, like making love with your loved ones. You concentrate on your body, it's super nice, and so on. And then mindfulness. Mindfulness means being aware of everything. I'm aware of this. Ears hearing the sound of the airplane, eyes seeing these colors, and this person liking, disliking, what's happening in my mind, nose, smell, odor, tongue, sensations in the body, cold, hot, hungry, thirsty, like, dislike, comfort, dislike, pain, no pain. And mind, we can either think about the past mental formations, our memory, or the future, or like wholesome, unwholesome thoughts, good or bad thoughts, and become just aware of it. This is mindfulness. And the third is conceptual meditation, based on the concept, can give you some ideas. This meditation starts with the word imagine. If you see, I don't know, the ray of light from the source coming through you, the column of white golden light, and extend, become bigger. Oh, here is the light. Become bigger to the size of this room, of this city, of this state, of this country, of this continent, Earth, galaxies, and beyond, universe and multiverse. Or you could connect to your heart and ask some question, get some answers. So this meditation serves the purpose for getting ideas, for healing, for working with your subconscious mind, because your subconsciousness thinks only in the pictures. It doesn't know the language, English, Chinese, Japanese, Russian, Turkish, Arabic. It's see in the this sense door. Like for example, you smell the pie, it reminds you of the childhood vivid memories of how your grandma baked, or the taste, oh my god, bring you back to this moment you try this first cheesecake at this cafe. This music all brings you to the summer 2015 when you had the tremendous fun and party, summer under the stars, and fall in love. This, like, perfume reminds you of some particular moment in your life, some person, and so on. Colors, shapes, pictures, images, or hearing. Okay, so I like to add this in the end of my meditation. First I will start with concentration. Then if I do it for people, for example group lesson, I would start with concentration to connect them to their body, to their breathing, to the present moment, to distract from like outside world, the worries about it, like kind of like dissociate, like to not like be worried about the traffic you was in, that you're late, to calm down the mind, because you cannot practice, you cannot meditate when you are super angry or like not peaceful or worried about something. When you go to Vipassana, be careful, this will all even come up. Meditation, like the ones in Vipassana, doesn't heal you. You're gonna feel it even more. If you need healing, come to me. Or like talk to professional psychologists, psychiatrists. So even psychiatrists use meditation for relaxation, I use it for connecting to yourself, to your subconscious mind, to feel you more, because all answers are inside. You just need to hear them. All emotions that you need to work and be aware is inside. When you're not aware, it's even worse, because you are like angry or drained of energy for nothing. But Vipassana or meditation enables you to see the cause, the reason why it's there, and effect, how it affects you. And I like highlight it to you, like here is the dust, you can clean it or keep it yourself, up to you, and live with it or not. And like so many other kinds of meditation for manifestation, as long as you believe you get it. Buddhism don't believe in that. For loving kindness, this is metta meditation. Buddhists believe if you practice that, wishing all living beings, all people, even your enemies, close ones or far ones, or people like even all people in your city or in your building or in your planet, to be well, to be healthy, to be free of suffering, that their heart is filled with love and mind filled with peace and calmness. You realize that every living being is suffering in pain, is fighting a battle you know nothing about. You get bombarded with the same thoughts you do during the day. And also when you spread this loving kindness to others, you develop empathy and understanding, and not want to hurt other living beings. Okay, so meditation world is amazing. I love it. Different kind of meditation works and serve every single purpose. Whatever you believe at works for you. Even with Vipassana, I was a little bit skeptical, because I studied the brain and I know very well how the focus of attention works. If I ask you to close the eyes and find me like 10 blue objects in your room, like pool, you cannot see here, but like a bottle of water, like and so on. It's dark here, maybe sky, it's still a little bit blue somewhere. You will find it. Then I will ask you to close the eyes and find 10 brown objects, and you will see my t-shirt, you will see like the floor, or maybe the color of the umbrella, and so on. Then I ask you to close the eyes and now focus and find 10 black objects, like the cable, the tripod, the phone case, this fence is black, and so on. And the tricky thing, when you do it like 3, 4, 5 times, I tell you that when you was looking for the black, the white color, the blue color, the red color, the pink color, the beige color, the green color, all was there, was here, existing. You was just not looking for it, you was not focusing. So I might be wrong at this point, but to my understanding, I had so many proofs of whatever I'm looking for with my consciousness, with my focus of attention and belief, I kind of like attract. So I'm very careful if believing that this existence is suffering, body is suffering, not mine, not self, mind, not self. I have felt it, yes, it is like this. But I also like to believe in energy, in love, in light, because I feel it, I see it, and I know how much it's healing and it works for me. And like this is with me in everything. Whenever I studied any philosophy, any subject in psychology, any science, any even religion or anything, you know, I studied a lot about our inner world, our body, mind, our inner settings. This is what fires me. This is my passion to understand how come like every person's life is so different, and how to change the picture, the material world, the environment, by changing the setting inside ourselves, changing our energy, our vibe, our mentality, our way of thinking, our way of looking, our focus of attention, our observation. And it happened to me like so many times, like at least 5 to 10 times. When I was depressed, how was my vibe and what kind of conditions, situation, people I was attracting. But I was working on myself and becoming lighter, like even with body weight. It's all psychosomatic, with my limited beliefs, with my offense, with my baggage of attachments, of negative stories I hold on to. And like, you know, like the monkey, you know how they catch monkeys in Asia, in Thailand. They make a hole, for example, in the vase, very tiny, so their monkey's hand can go through, and put bananas in the bottom of this vase, and the monkey put the hand in, catches banana, and doesn't want to release it out of the greed, and it see that somebody is coming, the human, to catch it, and he would lose freedom, and it would cause him even more suffering. But out of greed, he doesn't want to release banana and run, and he gets caught. Or when somebody is like holding to some negative experience in the past, it's like holding to the hot burning stick in the fire. As long as you hold, it burns you. Once you release it, wow, it's better. So this is what I discovered about myself on my personal experience. Not holding on doesn't cause suffering. Meditation helps, therapy helps, healing helps. Working on yourself, first of all, helps, because once our mind is not heavy, living here is better. Like, we live in the better reality. We enter like easier version of this life. Because why this chair, this car, this house is not heavy? Because we not carry it. The same is the mind. Once we start to carry something heavy, carry it on our back, the life becomes heavy. So I want to encourage you to meditate. If you need help, if you need guidance, if you need mentorship, if you want to try a personalized meditation session, if you want to try even first time meditation, or you want to learn more about meditation, subscribe. I will be sharing more. DM me in the Instagram, it's your meditation teacher, about the services I provide. And special for you, I work in the flow. All the techniques, all the things I have ever learned, I combine. And usually I don't even know how I'm doing it. I just serve my body as an instrument in the hands of the higher intelligence, universe, life, nature, whatever you believe. And I do personalized session for you with the tools that I know and that are suitable the most. I was lucky to meet amazing teachers, guide that helped me to get from very bad situations in my life. And I was very, very down, very, very in the darkness, black, depressed. And now I'm like this. Meditation healed me, therapy healed me, and I encourage you to change the way you feel about yourself from the inside, the way you think about yourself, world, and people from the inside, and your reality. Like me, for example, I live in a very good area in Florida, 30 minutes away from Miami in US, where I always dreamt to live. I go every day to watch sunrise on the ocean. I do the job that I love. I always was dreaming to find something to do that I love. It really recharges me. After Vipassana, I felt it even more, become even more aware how much I love to teach, to share information, to guide people, to do meditation session. That's why I'm starting to share even now and step out of my comfort zone to record this video and to start to do my blog on YouTube channel and Instagram more often. Wish me good luck. If you have any questions, any feelings you would like to share, please do. Your activity will definitely encourage this to happen even more often. I love you, send you peace, and from my heart to yours, wish you to be happy, wish you to be calm, wish you to have clear mind and the heart full of love, and I wish you to be free of danger, suffering, be secure and happy in this life. Namaste.